Hi everyone, it's saiyangodcosplay here, and today I got bad news today that I should have talked about before my Wintergator / Armageddon that happened during the low Jutha. Unfortunately, why is because I was at my family place and they were looking after my health at the time and I didn't have the camera to film, and you're wondering why I was gone for so long. Currently right now is July the 2nd and I was gone for like a month or two. It's because I had a tragic accident that landed me in hospital, which was on May the 15th of the 20th, which I'm going to tell you the story right now for you guys that I'm currently filming. So it all started May the 15th, Friday 2002 at KFC Tokyo, where I was currently working at, but now I'm not because you know in the story. So it all started at 6 a.m. in the morning when I woke up. I had my egg, apple, banana, orange, hot chocolate, coffee with my supplements on the side, you know, my vitamin C, blackcurrant drink with my vitamin C tablet, fat burner, gut and immune system, and fish oil. So I took that in the morning, then I got dressed into my KFC uniform, and then I took the 7:30 bus and arrived at work at 8 a.m. So when I arrived at work at 8 a.m. I went to start my section, which I got ready, and you know, I do my usual thing, which I set up my oil, my fryer, flour, seasoning, you know, stock take, and you know, the warmer. So after that I did that and I went on my first break, which was a 15-minute break at 9:15. So I took my break and had my second meal of the day, which was rice, chicken, tomato, carrots with lettuce, and you know, KFC sauce, and a glass of water. After that, when I finished my break at my 15-minute break, at 9:30 I went back to my shift. And then after that, when I arrived at my shift, I turned around and I saw my manager, the head of KC that looks after all the KCs. And I was like, oh great, this is not gonna be good. It's like, yeah, and then after that my other boss told me, okay, we need to be in protocol, make everything standard. It's like the same thing when I have, you know, my landlord coming in the house and, you know, I had to make sure everything's clean and tidy. It's a protocol. Same thing at work. So I did the same thing and, you know, I got everything ready, did his protocol, do it today. And then unfortunately it got really busy that day. Like buckets and buckets of chicken. I had really hard time, it was stressful. I couldn't keep up with the orders. It was like my speed, I couldn't keep up. So I ended up with the second shift in there that helped me out and it made things a little bit easier. So we worked all the way until 3 p.m. in the afternoon, which is where I took my second break of the day. At 3 p.m. I took my break, my 30 minutes break, and you know, went to have my third meal of the day, which was the same thing as my second meal, which I posted on Instagram, which was my rice, chicken, tomato, carrot, lettuce with sauce, onions, and on the side I had a Coca Sprite, which tastes like ginger beer, and also I had a 2-liter with BCAA's coffee, which is probably not a great idea. I needed caffeine for speed, but probably is not the great idea for my stomach. But I said, okay, cool. So after my break, my 30 minutes break, I went back to my shift, and I worked for 15 minutes more, which I cooked 2 regulars on the first warmer, 2 regulars on the second warmer, 2 spicy on the first warmer and 1 spicy on the second warmer, and got the zingers, strips, and regular chicken all ready, all set up, full. And then 15 minutes later, it was 3:45. I felt pain right through the food pipe right here, through the rib cage here, and the end of the food pipe. I felt a burn, sharp pain. So I told my boss, "Can I sit down? I'm feeling not great." She said, "Okay, cool." So I sat down, and then 15 minutes later, I got up again and checked everything, and everything was still full. And then after that, I decided to, you know, move around a little bit, check around, and 5 minutes later I felt more pain, and I told my boss I need to sit down, I can't do it. So she said, okay, sit down, take it easy, don't worry about cooking or anything, wait until the second shift comes in, which is at 4:30 after my break, another shift, and then you can go from there. Also, I told her after that I don't think I can make it for tomorrow because I was very, very sick, the pain was bad. And she said, okay, fine, don't worry about it. I called the second boss, and the second boss called another shift and came in to take over my shift. It was great, and I took a sick leave, and then yeah. So at 4:30 I went and got changed into my other clothes, and then I waited until 5 o'clock. You know, so I talked to one of my other friends that was also working, a staff member, and then at 5 o'clock I took the bus and got home at 5:30. So after that I went to take a shower, you know. Then I had my 4th meal of the day, and then after that I went to bed at 7:30. So the next day, same thing happened. I decided to change my diet around because of the pain, so I decided to have just egg and water, no coffee, no hot chocolate, no my supplements. and no apple banana because of the acidic stuff. So I had that in the morning, and then I took a shit as usual, and then after that I felt a little bit of pain, so I decided to sleep for 2 to 3 hours, and it was probably like 10, 11 when I woke up again, and then I had my second meal of the day, which decided to change. So I took out the tomato, decided to add carrot, chicken, and rice into like a chicken soup. So I had that, which is easy to judge it, and then I decided to post it on my Instagram and post a story saying why my diet changed and why I'm feeling sick. And people was nice, they said, okay, don't worry about it, cool. They supported me and said, hope you get better until Monday. And then, so that, which was really cool. After that, I went to bed again because I felt a little bit of pain, so I went to bed again that day for another 2 to 3 hours, and decided to wake up like 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So when I woke up again, I had my third meal of the day, which is exactly the same thing as my second meal that I posted, which was the rice, chicken, and carrot with chicken soup. So I had that as well, and then after that, I decided to chill with my flatmate, watch TV, went downstairs to play video games and all that stuff. And then at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, decided to have my third meal of the day, or my final meal of the day, my fourth meal of the day, which was my usual dinner. And then after that, I went to bed at 7:30. And then Sunday was the day where he landed me in hospital. That's when it all started. So I woke up in the morning at probably like 7:30 in the morning, and I had my breakfast, which was egg, apple, and banana, and then and glass of water. And then after that, I took a shit as usual, and I had diarrhea for like an hour straight. So it was like 8:30 at the time. And after that, I started vomiting lots and lots of food out, and then to the point it was only yesterday. I felt better, and after that, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna cook my second meal, my third meal, and my fourth meal as usual. After that, when it was all cooked and put in the fridge, I went around to walk a little bit, and with the dining table was in my kitchen, I went there, and suddenly I felt a really, really bad pain. So bad that, the burn shot pain again. I hit the ground this time, crying, shouting, and I was so much pain. And then one of my friends heard me and then went to check on me and said, are you okay? And I said, no, I'm not. So he ended up calling my second flatmate, who came in to check to me and said the same thing. I said, no, I'm not okay. So they're like, oh, cool, we're going to take you to hospital. So my first flatmate got my phone, my headphones, and my charger, and then they carried me to one of their car, drove me to hospital. So when I arrived to the hospital, one of them saw me and then came in to say, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I can't move, I don't think I can get out. So they picked me out and put me into a wheelchair, and instead of taking me to where to sign a form and then wait for a bit, they took me straight into emergency. They got me in the drip, they got me morphine, they got me tramadol, they got me Panadol. They made sure that I was like really dragged out, so it helped me to stop the pain. And then I was on the drip and I slept. I just slept. So one of my friends decided to stay at hospital with me, until like 1 p.m. after, and he called one of my flatmates, which was all the way in Qatar at the time. And my flatmate that was in Qatar called my parents and told them that I was in hospital. And my parents was all the way in Japan at the time, so they couldn't come to see me that day. So they called me up and checked to see how I was doing, and I said, yeah, I got really bad pain. I think it was really bad. And then I told my parents the story that I think I had a fungus candidate again that I had 2 years ago in Australia, and then another 2 years ago in New Zealand, which was not great. This is going to be my third time that I had it. And my parents like, oh no. So after the chat with my parents, and my parents, everyone started calling me, my friends, my family, my flatmates, and my other flatmates, and even my SGA friends, they all called me to check me how I was doing, blah blah blah, and everything else, which was so nice. I was so blessed at the time. So after that, one of the dogs came in, and they did the blood test, and then they asked me the history of how it's going, and I told them, oh yep, I had a fungus candidate incident that happened 2 years ago in Australia. I think it's the same thing. Please check the record and everything, and please give me the right medication. So they said, okay, they would do. So they checked my record. They came back 2 hours later, when my first flatmate left at about 2 p.m. My stepdad came in and stayed with me until the night before he left, which was also, I want to thank him for that too. And then they came in and they said, yeah, we saw your history of Stevens, and they found out that I had family. Okay, so they said, okay, we're going to give you an antifungal medication tomorrow. So the next day, Monday, they gave me the antifungal liquid. That day, I drank it up with all my medication. I was drugged out and sleeping all day the next day. And then after that, the day after that, I felt like I'm not getting better. I still felt the pain. I couldn't eat and drink, and I was still on the liquid drip. And then the day after, on Tuesday, they gave me another antifungal liquid again to see if it was going to help, and they couldn't find any problem, and it was getting worse and worse. So they thought, okay, we're going to do a gas scrub on Wednesday as well, which so they did. So on Wednesday they did a gas scrub down my pipe, and they wanted to check to see if I had the pain or the fungus candidate in me, so they can give me the antifungal tablet. So when they checked it out the next day on Thursday, they found out that I did not have a fungus candidate in my stomach. I just had inflammation. But I'm pretty sure what happened was with the fungus liquid they gave me, it must have masked it, but unfortunately they don't think it was that. So they stopped my fungus tablet on Thursday, because after they found out that I didn't have any in my stomach. So I was not getting better, I was getting worse and worse, and my parents was just checking out to see how I was doing. My family, everyone was checking out to see how I was going. And then on Friday, that first week, I decided to call my friend, or my flatmate actually, to pick up a few things for me, so then to take to hospital. So he got me, my laptop, my PS Vita, and also change clothes so I can get changed, because I haven't took a shower in the whole week, which was not great because I probably smell bad. But and then when he arrived, he dropped my stuff. I managed to then took a shower, and then after that I chilled and played some video games, watched anime, and then I also called one of my friends on Discord, and we ended up watching anime, play games for the 2 days, Friday, Saturday. And then I just gamed until the rest of the week. And then a couple of days later, Friday, Saturday, Sunday came by. It's 1 week now. And then on Monday, I got doctors coming in to ask questions every day and see how I was going. And I was still getting not better, getting worse, and getting worse. So then on Monday, decided we're going to do a lot of things on that whole week, which is going to be a CT scan, ultrasound, and MRI, which if wanted to do in that whole week while my parents was away. And then on Monday, that's when my parents got home from Japan to New Zealand, which was great, because the day after, Tuesday, which was 1 week after their trip, they came to the hospital, mom and dad, to stay with me, look after me and see how it was going. And so they did the CT scan, the MRI, the ultrasound. They found out that there's nothing there, there's nothing they could do about it, but they found that I was constipated because of all the painkillers I was taking and all the medicine I was taking. I was really constipated. I haven't pooped for like a whole week and so. And then of course after the next day, they gave me this liquid to help me to poo. And then at the same time, the next day, because it was a Wednesday, I had a nutrition coach coming in who decided to give me a drink called Fortisip with little sips I took throughout the day, which actually helped me to actually drink something while I was on liquid drip, because at that time they wanted me to try food, and when I did, I was vomiting out all the food. I said it was coming out, it was painful. I had to take a Tramadol, I had to take Pink Lady to calm it down. I was on route, so it was just not great. So I took 4 sips, and I'm taking like 4 bottles of it, little sips throughout the time, and after that, it was the only thing that helped me to get nutrition, the carbs, fat, protein, and the vitamins. So I did that. And after that, the week went by again. It was like 2 weeks now, and on that Friday again, my mom was getting really, really concerned, because actually they found out on that whole 2 weeks I lost a lot of weight. I lost 10 kilos down the drain as well. Way too fast. I was losing kilo out the day. My parents was like, no, this is not happening. There's nothing, and I lost all my fat and probably water weight. On that Friday, 2 weeks later, my mom decided to email my specialist, Stephen Burmester, who was my specialist, and emailed him saying that my mom was crying, couldn't take it anymore, stressed out, telling him the story. And eventually, when he saw the email, he came in straight away that night to check me out, and then he told me the story, and I told him the story, and he's like, okay, cool, we're going to do a thing for the 2 days, which was he's going to give me 2 liters worth of liquid to really take out all that constipation out of me, to poo, and then say that he's going to give me the fungal candidate tablet on Sunday. So the next day I took the 2 liters of the liquid to poo out, and I was constantly pooing all day. It was not nice. Every half an hour I was into it. It was not the great feeling. I couldn't do much, couldn't game, but in the end of it, it helped out to clear out all the constipation. And then on Sunday I had the antifungal tablet for the first dose, which he told me, yeah, you're going to be out on Monday, which actually was true. So on Monday I got out finally after taking my second antifungal tablet, and he said you're going to be 4 more. You're going to take 4 more when you're out of hospital. So I did. So I took 4. So when I got out of hospital, I got my medication when I was downstairs, and I decided to book it to my house first to pick up my computer. No, to pick up my PS4 and more change clothes, so I booked it to my parents' place. So, where I stayed for a week and 3 days, so they can look over my health, my diet and everything, and make sure I take the full medication and omeprazole. So, on that 4 days, I took all my medication and omeprazole, and I was feeling way better. I was just chilling, playing games all day and eating. And I didn't have a diet at the time, just eating whatever I could that I can eat to help make sure I don't feel the pain. So after the week has passed in 3 days, it was a Wednesday night, and I decided, okay, I'm going back home because it was like 3 days before Wintergeddon was coming. And unfortunately, if you're wondering why you didn't see any Wintergeddon shredded videos or road to Wintergeddon shredded videos, or talk about my macros, how my diet going, how everything going, it's because I was in hospital. That's why you didn't get to see the video, and my diet was all over the place. So after that, 3 days later, I got back to my flat, and I went back on my usual little clean diet, small one. I didn't do a major big one. And then the next day, Thursday, one of my family had a friend over that I decided to hang out with, which was one of my good friends. One of his good friends that came in to stay the night and get ready for me as well. So she came in here. We went to Sevilla Park. Had some food, went to the arcade, had some fun, talked to her. She was really good because she was one of my, she was into anime and stuff and then cosplay, which was really awesome. We got to get to know each other and we had a blast. Friday came in, the next morning, we played some video games, had some food, chat, hang out before she went to set up a stand at Armageddon. So now Armageddon came in and I went to my 2 days on Armageddon where I was in my Sub-Zero 2 Berserk KO outfit and on my Master Racing Goku cosplay that I did for the 2 days. But unfortunately, I just want to let you know that if you're wondering why my Armageddon on Saturday was a very short video, so unfortunately my camera couldn't be there, so I filmed a little bit, and my camera battery died on that day, so I couldn't film much, so it's going to be a very small one. But on Saturday my camera was there. On Sunday, so I got a lot of footage, a lot of everything, and he's currently doing all the. So currently right now I'll be editing my videos for my Armageddon videos for the Saturday, Sunday, which is going to be great for you guys to see at the same time. Yeah, so basically this is the journey of what happened to me when I was in hospital, everything else. You'll see throughout the video there's a picture of me in hospital, and also you can see right here the stuff I used to entertain myself while I was in hospital. So yeah, I had a really bad time. It was sad. I hated it. I lost 10 kilos of fat and water weight. I was not in a great mood, but at the end of it I was like, okay, I'm better now. I'm almost 100%, and everything is. So also what I want to do is I want to thank everyone who supported me throughout the journey, my family, my flatmate, my friends, my SJ friend, everyone that was there that supported me, called me and made sure I was okay. I was so grateful. And also, anyone who's watching right now, who's going to see this video, my subscribers, my followers, I also want to thank you guys in the comments below who's going to be supporting me. That's going to be really appreciated. At the same time, I would appreciate if you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. That really will help out. And I'll catch you on any more fitness, anime, cosplay, and more. Peace!